Welcome back. So One Piece is seeing some market fluctuations, to put it kindly. All right, let's call it what it is. It's fallen off a freaking cliff. Here's OP1, Romance Dawn booster boxes. Here's Paramount War, OP2 booster boxes. Yes, you're reading those charts right. They are accurate and up to date. They are falling off a cliff. They are losing 50% of their value seemingly overnight. And a lot of people are asking, how does this happen? Well, I know One Piece or Bandai puts out statements like, well, we're not going to reprint these sets. We're only going to reprint these sets or whatever. Call it whatever you want. A reprint, a restock. Some random distributor randomly found all this One Piece in their warehouse they forgot about. Give me a break. And it found its way to the market. And the market is reacting accordingly. As you guys know, I was one of the first people online to talk about One Piece investing over a year ago. You don't believe me? Go back, look it up. Talked about it back when the One Piece Romance Dawn Blue Bottom boxes came out. I listened to people that were smarter than me in the hobby and what they had to say about it and trusted them. I took a gamble on it, admittedly. Didn't know a lot about One Piece as an IP, which is very large. Didn't know a lot about the gameplay or the collectability of it, which was doing very good at the time, right out of the gate. It was surpassing numbers seen by Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! And other card games. And so, yeah, I went in, took a risk, and I made a video about it saying, hey, listen, this might be the next big thing. If you're wanting to get on the ground floor or something, just like you could have got on the ground floor of these other big games, this could be one of those. You can take a risk with me. And some of you did, some of you didn't. And I went on investing in it from there in OP1, 2, 3, and 4. And I stopped at 5 because that's when the mania really took over, out of the gate. Those OP5 boxes were 160, 180, 200, 200 plus. And it was no longer fun. It was no longer cool. It was no longer a good gamble anymore. I said, I'm just going to stop here. I'm not going to sell out, but I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm just going to hold what I have. And which brings us to today. So I'm going to let you know exactly what my positions are, my feelings are, where I see the market going, what I think about Bandai, how they're handling this. And we're going to get into all that good stuff in just a second. But I got to shout out today's video sponsor first. It's Arizona TCG. Guys, anyone looking to sell any of your slabs, your PSA, BGS, CGC graded cards, Arizona TCG will do all the work for you, right? They'll take the professional pictures. They will make the titles, the descriptions, deal with the customers, ship everything out for you, and send you a check at the end. They run everything through their 100% positive feedback, 10,000 items sold eBay store where they have tons of followers. You know you're going to get the most eyes on it. You're going to get the best prices. And you can use this calculator to let you know exactly what you're going to get based on if you sold it yourself on eBay or if you at Arizona TCG do it yourself. So it might make sense for you to check out Arizona TCG if you're looking to sell. I'll leave the link in the description in the comment section below. So, first off, Alex, what is your position in One Piece? Well, in the beginning, when the boxes used to be $80, $100, $120 a box, depending on the set, I was very bullish on it, right? It's really easy to take a gamble when sets are that cheap. And, it's a brand new, fresh game. It's got a lot of hype behind it. And I saw potential. And so I was buying every single set. Now, back then, $80 a box, 12-box case, it was under $1,000 a case. $120 a box, 12-box case, it was up in the mid-thousands, 1,000 something a case. But overall, buying a case of OP1, 2, 3, and 4 at those prices, it was less than a $5,000 investment. Now, a year went by, and Romance Dawn Blue Bottoms went to $1,000 a box, and then we saw Paramount War almost hit 500, and OP3 go into the multiple hundreds, and then Kingdoms of Intrigue OP4 went to almost $200 a box. I think it was actually over 200 at one point maybe, and suddenly all these cases are worth 20,000 plus. And at that point, you have a decision to make. Do you want to be the Dogecoin millionaire and see Dogecoin go from like a penny to $1 and say, "Hodl, we're going to the moon. I know I'm multi-millionaire now, and I used to, make no money and have no money, but I'm going to hold." I didn't want to be that guy. And so I said, you know what? Took a gamble on this. Don't really know about One Piece. Don't really have any connection to One Piece. Saw potential. The potential was fulfilled. I'm taking the profits. And so in the last, couple months, I've been slowly taking my gains. And now I have 0 position in One Piece booster boxes. They have all been sold. This box right here, this Romance Dawn Blue Bottom box, is the only box I have left. I'm keeping it for my collection to remember the craziness that happened in this last year or so. Now, we just saw things drop off a cliff. How did I know when to sell? I know I use this as a joke a lot, guys, but I actually got lucky this time. I'm being honest. I actually got lucky. I know it's like a running joke. Every time you make a good play, it's always, we got lucky. I actually got lucky here. I did hear the rumors of more product being released in the market overseas, UK and other things. I did hear that, this was going to affect things. And so, but I was already getting rid of my boxes before that. I had already made the decision to sell. That definitely did kind of get me in gear to sell quicker, drop the prices, and really try to find buyers and get out of my positions before it happened. And so I'm happy I did. And so I knew there was possibly a drop coming. I had no way of knowing 50% of the value was about to be lost. And so I got lucky a little bit. Now, why did I sell? Why did I paper hands it? Well, one, I talked about it before. Eventually, they are going to get the print runs right. They are going to print enough to quench the demand. The only reason we are seeing boxes go from 0 to 100 so quickly, right? Go from $100 to, $500 booster boxes in a matter of months is because there's not enough supply. Why don't you think we see it with Pokemon? Why don't we see it with Magic the Gathering? Why don't we see it with other established hobbies? It's because they print enough freaking product, right? Bandai was not printing enough, right? And so what was happening is the collectors, the people who play the game, the investors, they were buying it, and the investors were putting it away, and they were making gains on it, and the collectors continued to need it, the game players needed it. Well, this attracted the attention of all the flippers and the scalpers and all the evil names we want to come up with people, but it attracted those guys, and they moved in, and they got their free tendies, right? They got the free money, and they started wheeling and dealing. The issue is, whenever enough supply hits the market, like Pokemon, the wheelers and dealers, the flippers, the scalpers, they go away. That money leaves the hobby because they can no longer make the easy, quick money, right? It doesn't mean there's not opportunity there for long-term investing. It doesn't mean the product won't appreciate. It just means it's not going to happen the way it used to, right? We're not going to see those immediate to-the-moon gains. That's why you don't see it with Pokemon. It's not that One Piece is so much more popular than Pokemon or Magic or anything else. It's not just that huge, Alex, you don't get it. One Piece is the biggest game ever. No, it's not. I'm sorry, all the One Piece fans. I'm not trying to, get y'all upset at me, but it's just not, right? If Pokemon were to print the same amount that One Piece was, these boxes would be $500, $1,000 right away, really quickly. Vice versa, if One Piece were to print as much as Pokemon's printing, those boxes would probably be $50, $60. They'd be everywhere. You couldn't get rid of them. Just the way it is, right? Now, each card game has to understand the amount of demand it has and print to that demand to make sure it's not worthless, but it's also, available enough and not at crazy prices. And One Piece is still trying to figure that out, obviously. Now, the other reason I sold. Bandai as a company has a way of taking any IP. It doesn't matter what it is, right? One Piece isn't special. It's a great IP, but it's not special. They have a way of taking any IP and making it into a card game and completely destroying the value of it over time, right? Through overprinting, whatever other means they want to do. And so that also worried me long term about holding a Bandai card game. That's another reason I sold. And so what do I think about going forward? Well, first off, any statements they put out, I would disregard, right? We're not going to reprint these sets, or we might reprint these sets, or you're safe here, you're safe there. Any of that BS that Bandai or One Piece or anything puts out, I would honestly ignore that stuff, guys. Like, you can read it, you can kind of keep it in the back of your mind, but who knows what they call this stuff, right? Reprints, restocks, distributor found extra in a warehouse again. Yeah, right. Some guy had a big stockpile in his basement and then sold it back to the distributor, and the distributor distributed it out to everyone. Whatever story they want to make up, more product found its way to the market. That's all you need to know. Also, what you need to know, more product can find its way to the market, right? Japanese 151. Oh, we got a reprint. Dropped to $80, $100. Got the reprint, guys. Now it's safe to buy. Whoa, wait, what? Another reprint? We're dropping to $50, $60? Oh, jeez, okay. Bottom fell out, but it's okay, guys. Now it's time to buy. Wait, what? July? We're getting Japanese 151 again in July? Oh, man. What are they doing to us? Surely they can't print anymore. Just know, guys, these card games, Pokemon included, the English Pokemon included, they can print more of this stuff. And they don't have to keep their word to people. And they can do whatever they want. Let's be honest. They own the IP. And so just be careful moving forward. Have realistic time frames, right? Don't be ready to make these quick flips, quick tendies, load up the credit card just because you've been able to up till now. No, Alex, listen, just hear me out. I'm able to buy all these cases on credit. And then when they're released, they spike. I flip them. I pay the credit card bill before it's even due, and I pocket the difference. What about that? I mean, that's great. While it works, it's only good until it doesn't, right? The trend is your friend until it's not. And I think we're going to be coming to the end of that trend. I think we're going to be coming to the time where the scalper flippers are going to be, moving away, going to where else there's easier free money to be made. And we're going to see, slower, more gradual growth over time. We'll see it like Pokemon. Some sets will do well, some sets won't. But I wouldn't expect to buy a box at $100 or $150 and have that box go to $250, $300 seemingly overnight in a matter of a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, right? It just is not sustainable. And I think most people know that, but they just want to, kind of get while the getting's good, or almost like keep that in the back of their mind and say, yeah, I know eventually, but not now. It's so hot. It's the best game ever, Alex. And I wish the best for everyone. I think there can be some long-term potential in One Piece. The IP is strong, the gameplay's great, the collectability's there. It's the second most graded cards with PSA behind Pokemon and TCG space right now, which is huge. So I think there is long-term potential there if it stands the test of time. The test of time is at least, I would say, 3 to 5 years, so we got a little while still. But if it stands the test of time and Bandai doesn't destroy it and One Piece stays in popularity, I think there is still a lot of opportunity for a lot of these earlier sets, and I think they will recover. With that being said, it's still a gamble. It's a lot. If you're too worried about gambling with like a Pokemon box, don't touch One Piece, right? If this is already you're already too risk adverse. Alex, investing in collectibles, are you crazy? If you want to invest in Pokemon, stay away from One Piece. If you want to take a little more risk, right? With more risk comes more reward. One Piece is still there. One Piece satisfied the play and the gains that I wanted to make. It's to the point now where it's like, I don't see that, that newness and that those fresh kind of gains like coming back. And so I'd rather allocate my money back to Pokemon sealed products, Pokemon singles and plays and grading and things like that, where I think it's going to be better spent. But could be wrong. I've been wrong before. People could do better investing in One Piece. It just seems like it's too risky for me at this point. So I did move out of it. I no longer hold positions. I'm not a bear. I'm not against it. I'm just not as bullish as I was. And that's just where I see things right now and where they're headed. So for better or worse, let me know what you think in the comment section. Congrats to everyone who did make gains on the One Piece play. And good luck and Godspeed to everyone who is still in the play, who's still in the card game, and who continues to invest and see gains. I wish the best for all of you. I'll be back here in a new one soon. I'm out.